Hello, fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. How are you guys? This general reading is going to be focusing on how your divine masculine or how your divine feminine is feeling. So it is a pick a card, pick a section, whichever one you are guided towards, whether you're watching for a feminine or a masculine. So we're going to start off with divine feminine energy. General reading as always, guys, so it's not going to resonate with every single person. Please do take from this reading what makes sense for you and let the rest go. If you are interested in your own personal private reading, all of that info is down below in the description box. And I will have a list of all of the card decks that are used for this reading. And just as a side note, guys, I am fully booked through April 6th, so there is a bit of a delay in the private readings. But if you want to go ahead and add to my schedule, you're welcome to do that, and that link is down below. All right, guys? So let's get started. Let's start off with a divine feminine. So let me set the divine masculine deck aside. And this could, of course, be for cross watchers as well, anybody else who's been guided to tune in. We're going to use this first deck as the focus card deck to bring forward focus messages for this reading. All right, and it is important to remember it is just energy. Divine feminine could either be for female or male, of course. So take it for how it resonates with you personally. So we'll grab 3 from this deck. Safety, stability, and security. Root chakra coming forward for the divine feminines. Any of the chakra cards that are coming forward, I do typically pick up off of imbalances in that area. So specifically picking up off of how the feminines are feeling when it comes to their safety, stability, and security in a relationship. So the root chakra definitely being affected at this time, okay? So that is typically earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. It does pick up off of the words I have and very earthly issues, survival, your health, your money matters, just something as simple as being able to put food on the table and shelter, which at this time, it's interesting with everything going on in the world with this whole COVID-19 scare that's going on with the pandemic. It's very interesting how that's coming forward for the feminines. Okay, so if you're affected in that way based off of current events throughout the world, I'm not surprised to be seeing that. Next message. Abandoned. Okay, look at the energy from that particular photo. I mean, she's wearing a wedding dress, and abandoned is not a good feeling to have when especially you are awaiting a marriage or getting ready to walk down the aisle and feeling that abandoned energy, and just abandoned in general, somebody who's left you behind. So this is part of the energy that the feminines are coming forward with right now. Last one. Forbidden. Wow. Forbidden energy. Hands off. Off limits. So for some of you, part of that forbidden energy is tied into third parties or even karmic relationships. We'll have to see if that comes through during the rest of the reading, if it taps into that. But that's what's coming forward here, focusing on divine feminine energy so far. Okay, so let's continue. Let's grab some insight from the Pining Rose Love Oracle by Calico Moon. For my fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, focusing on divine feminine energy first. What else do we need to know? Wow, abandoned, forbidden. Those are some pretty heavy energies. And the root chakra is out of balance, more than likely because of what's going on here. All right, so angels and spirit guides for my feminines. Divine feminine. Look at this. Lust. Part of that forbidden energy for some of you tied into a third-party situation. It could have just all been about sex and nothing more, just the physical connection. So it could be my feminines who decided to abandon a partnership, thinking that it could be something special, thinking that it could be more than just sex, but it turned out to be that that was all it was. We do, however, still have this card coming forward, still pining. My feminines are still pining for this person. And if You're still pining. That means you guys are not together. There is distance here. So it depends, of course, if you're feminine tuning in or if you're a masculine watching for a feminine. If you happen to be masculine fire sign, then you're watching for a feminine who's still pining for you, still thinking of you. Look at this. We have unfaithful. So there's a reason why these cards have come forward from the feminine in the way that they have. Something was off limits, but the feminine entered into a forbidden zone type relationship with somebody, possibly abandoned a committed partnership in order to go into this third party. And that's what created this out of balance energy in the root chakra. Where there was safety and stability and security before this whole forbidden energy came in, it rocked the boat big time. We have fate. Look at this, followed by third party. There's a very specific storyline coming through here, guys. We have yearning, and then we have separation, and the very last card I'm going to pull is trust. Trust was broken in a committed partnership here because of a third party situation. The feminine and the third party, though, they were destined to meet one another. And it could be my feminines who are still yearning for this third party if this is a thing of the past. Because we do have a separation card right here. And trust was broken in what I feel could have been a committed partnership, a marriage. And if not a marriage for you, then it was someone that you were committed to. And it's coming through in the feminine reading because it could be my feminines who entered into this third party. And what I'm picking up here, guys, for those of you resonating with this was not an accidental meeting. This was not unplanned. I feel that these were two people that knew each other, that got closer. One thing led to another. And infidelity, cheating, forbidden energy, unfaithfulness, that all came into play. Trust was broken in a committed partnership is what I'm picking up here. Let's add to this with the Mystic Moon Oracles for the Divine Feminine. Angels and Spirit Guides, please. What else do we need to know here? Clearly, we've got third parties and forbidden situations that should not have happened, but it did. And that is what contributed to the separation between the feminine and a committed partner. Because trust was definitely severed. It was broken. Angels and Spirit Guides for my fire signs focusing on divine feminine energy. There are signs coming through here for the feminine. These are signs specifically grabbing the divine feminine's attention. It could be a specific number. It could be the third party's name. It could be whoever it was that the feminine was in a committed relationship with. It could be their name. It could be a song. It could be a particular place that you guys used to go to. Whatever it is, trying to grab the feminine's attention. Look at this. New direction. Going in a different direction. And then we've got surrender, followed by lessons. And then we've got commitment. So, what I'm picking up from this, the feminine definitely has lessons to learn as a result of what happened here. And if the feminine is in separation from a third party, I feel part of this yearning energy it could go one of two ways. Either the feminine is missing a partner that they were committed to before the third party, and that broke up that relationship, and my feminine is missing the person that they were committed to begin with. Or the feminine, if you resonate with this, is missing the third party. If you happen to be tuning in and you represent the third party, maybe they're missing you. Part of the reason why you guys are in separation, though, whether you represent the third party or the committed party, is because the feminine decided to go in a different direction. And this surrender energy is very similar to that abandoned vibration coming from that card, letting something go, basically. A cycle that came to an end, leaving it behind. So it really depends on how this is playing out in your particular scenario, whether a committed relationship was abandoned and surrendered, or the third party was. Because I'm feeling a division here. I'm feeling division in energies here. So we have a couple of scenarios coming through here, however way it's tied into your own personal journey. We have balancing the scales right after that. So there's more of that unbalanced energy that is the Justice card in traditional tarot. It typically is Libra energy. So for some of my fire signs, you might be focused on a Libra for this particular portion of the reading. And what can bring it back into balance is honesty and facing the truth. But when someone's unfaithful, when there's a third party, when trust is broken, that puts those scales way out of balance. We have received messages, communication perhaps, that's been received even while you guys are in separation. So either the feminine or the masculine has tried to reach out, but you guys are still not together because of this, okay? Deception. And that's exactly what went on here. There were issues tied into forbidden, off limits, third party situations, deceptive energy, secrets, lies. And here's the divine feminine making an appearance in the divine feminine reading. So the divine feminine knows that what it is basically that they got themselves into. And now things are so out of whack. It's just out of balance is what I'm picking up here. Okay, so let's add to this with some tarot. Angels and spirit guides from my fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Focusing on divine feminine energy. What else do we need to know for this portion of the reading, for this pick a card? We've got the Five of Coins. Pentacles is earth. Coins and pentacles. Earth energy. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. The Five of Coins is all about insecurities, worrying, poverty, left out in the cold. Question is, who was left out in the cold? Was it the third party? Was it the committed partner? Was it the divine feminine? There's a potential that any of those scenarios could fit, depending, of course, on how it's playing itself out in your life. We do have the Knight of Wands coming through. Wands is fire. That, of course, is your own energy. Knights typically bring motion into a situation. And it's interesting because the Knight of Wands, very energetic, full of passion, lust, a passionate adventure. So what I'm feeling here for some of you is this third party, this forbidden third party. It could have just been all about sex for some of you guys. It could have just all been about the physical and nothing more. And it affected you highly. Whether you are feminine, whether you are masculine, if you're a fire sign, and if this resonates with you, it really made an impact on you. We have the Nine of Cups right after that. Water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Nine of Cups is a beautiful card because it's wish fulfillment. And perhaps, guys, there was a time when this person really fulfilled your wishes. They made you happy. Life was comfortable. It was satisfying. You know, especially if you were in a committed partnership. And then here comes this third party ruining everything. For some of you guys. Brought everything out of balance, totally. Which is why my feminine's root chakra is totally messed up right now, I feel. Needing safety, stability, and security, but right now it's those scales are out of balance, and so my feminines are definitely picking up off of that vibe. Some of you guys may have had a partner who drank too much. That's an added interpretation of the Nine of Cups. We do have the Chariot though, which is beautiful. That is Cancer energy. This is a triumphant outcome here. This is movement. So part of this movement for my feminines could certainly be towards a very successful future, because it's success, it's confidence, it's a triumphant outcome. This is progress. The interesting thing too with the Chariot is it is an established reputation and earned respect. And that's exactly what the feminine needs from the masculine, is to earn the trust, to earn the respect. So there is movement here. Okay. We have the Five of Cups right after that. So fives typically tap into adversity in tarot. Cups, more water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Five of Cups, it's all about loss. It's tied into regret, grief, disappointment. And my feminines are definitely affected by that Five of Cups energy. Could have lost out on a really good partnership here because of infidelities, because of third parties, because of entering into this forbidden zone. So I know this is super specific, so, you know, if it's not your reading, it just isn't, you know, but this is what's coming through for some of you guys. There was a committed partnership that was highly affected by a third party situation. And it could certainly have been my feminines who entered into that forbidden relationship, even though there was already a commitment, a prior commitment to somebody else. You know, very specific, forbidden, unfaithful, third party, separation, deception, left out in the cold, loss, grief. And now we got the Death card coming through. So something definitely came to an end here. Okay? But part of the Death card is, yes, something came to an end, but it makes way for a new beginning. Death card taps into Scorpio energy. At the end of the day, with the Death card, you can't live in the past because you can't change it anyway. It's time to move on. And I feel that's what my feminines are working on, going in a different direction, letting go of connections, perhaps, letting go of negative energies, baggage from the past that is no longer serving a purpose now. So for some of my feminines, part of what you've surrendered or what has been needing to be surrendered is this third party, that forbidden relationship that created infidelities and unfaithfulness in a partnership. But, you know, the Death card is definitely a relationship that comes to an end, but the love is still there. You know, so for those of you that can get past these challenges and learn the lessons that are needed, then there certainly is a chance, a potential for this new beginning that the Death card is bringing forward. Even though a relationship did come to an end, the love, it's still there. And when you think of that Death card, it's like rising from the ashes, like a phoenix, giving it new life. And the only way to grow from this is to basically be honest with oneself. The feminine definitely needs to be honest so that there can be progress made here towards a recommitment of this partnership, to work on the trust issues. Because we do have the beautiful energy of the Chariot coming through here. And we do have the Empress card here, which represents divine feminine energy. And if you're a masculine tuning in for a feminine, this could be the mother of your children. You guys could have certainly had a family together, a marriage that fell apart for some of you guys. But if you're open to a new beginning in this partnership, you might just have that chance. You might just have that chance, truly. Okay, so let's add to this with some romance angels, and let's see what else needs to come through here. So angels and spirit guides, please, for my fire signs, focusing on divine feminine energy. Let's take a look and see if this relationship is salvageable. Romantic feelings, see? Because the love is still there. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Look at the next card. Trust. Exactly. Trust needs to be brought back. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So there were definitely trust issues here, understandably. We've got infidelities and somebody who is unfaithful here, more than likely the feminine. Forbidden. Look at that. That forbidden fruit. And so also, you know, the feminine could have been abandoned by the masculine as a result of this third party. And as I mentioned with the Nine of Cups, somebody's drinking too much. We do have codependency. coming through here. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. If somebody's got a drinking problem here specifically, could be for some of you. Look at this. We have wedding, okay? So clearly, there were some of you who were married. We've got some references here to marriage, an abandoned partnership, an abandoned marriage, abandoned commitment. And then we've got it is safe for you to love. The love is still here. So if you're both open to re-exploring the relationship and overcoming these obstacles that were brought in by this third party, if you guys can bring these scales back into balance, then absolutely there's a chance. There, of course, is a chance to work on this partnership. So let's take a look at some dialogue messages from the feminine to the masculine. Let's take a look here. This is the Divine Love and Separation deck by Fire Witch Tarot. All right, guys, so for my fire signs, focusing on Divine Feminine energy, let's give the Divine Feminine the opportunity to speak up. All right, let's see. From the Divine Feminine to the masculine, take whichever one of these resonates with you. Let's grab the bottom of the deck here. And then we'll grab some additional dialogue from another deck, like I did for my other signs. Okay. We have apology. I truly apologize for my attitude towards you. So the feminine coming forward with an apology here. I feel much needed for some of you. Next message. I've been in severe distress about you. Another message from the feminine. Feeling distressed, understandably so, considering the infidelities and the distrust, third parties, lessons that need to be learned here. Next message. I wish you'd just show up and make everything all right. So the Divine Feminine wanting the masculine to show up and just fix everything, but that's not really the ideal thing, you know, because especially if it was my feminines that created the infidelities and the third party element to this whole situation and why it fell apart. So that's where the lessons come in. Next message, ready. I don't want to be alone anymore. You know, and that's why we've got this yearning message coming through. So for some of my feminines, you could have ended up alone as a result of the cheating and dishonesty, third parties, and ruined a good partnership. Okay, that's very specific for some of you guys. Last message. I miss those text messages that always put a smile on my face. Bring it back. Okay? And there's a potential that that can come back. But trust needs to be restored here in this partnership. Definitely needs to be restored. All right, so let's grab some additional insight from the feminines for the masculine. This is the You Have My Heart, Soul Lovers and Separation deck by Angelic Revelation 144. We'll grab some additional insight from this deck. So angels and spirit guides for my fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, focusing on divine feminine energy. What is it that the feminine needs to say? We'll grab one more here. All right. Let me grab the bottom of the deck too. And as always, take whichever one of these resonates with you. All right, first one. Deep in my heart, I know that you are the one for me. I promise my soul will be by your side for all eternity. Okay? So that really goes back to trust and being able to bring the trust back in this partnership, because I feel there was a time when you guys promised to be in each other's lives forever, and that vow has been broken for some of you. And perhaps it took the two of you to be in separation for the feminine to come to this realization. Next message. Always on my mind and in my heart. Yes, that's you, always and forever. Picking up off of that still pining message. Always on my mind. Next message. With just one text, one call, one look, one smile, you make my day. You are the most important person in my life, and it doesn't matter where I am. I'm always thinking of you day and night. Still pining. Next message. I don't like to admit it, but I could really use your help right now. I'm struggling to do everything alone. So the feminine definitely feeling challenged by the fact that the masculine is not around. Feeling alone. Learning lessons, however, the need to learn those lessons in order to have this new beginning that the Death card is wanting to bring forward. So, I mean, clearly something already came to an end here as a result of infidelities, and it's going to take some time to repair this, but I feel it's possible. But for now, the feminine coming through struggling, just trying to get everything done by herself. Last one. I didn't run from you. I ran away from myself. It is all down to my deep fear of rejection and my insecurities. Wow. There we are. The root cause, perhaps, for why this situation unfolded the way it did. The feminine dealing with these deep fears of rejection and insecurities, possibly from past relationships, past hurts that were not dealt with before. And so there's definitely work here that the feminine needs to do. And as I've already mentioned, lessons that need to be learned. Trust that was broken and needs to be restored. Okay? All right, guys. So let's grab some Lover's Oracle to add to this. Still focusing on divine feminine energy. All right, so again, take whichever one of these makes sense for you, resonates for you and your situation. Angels and spirit guides for my fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Focusing on divine feminine energy. Let's grab the bottom. Okay, what do we have? Okay, first one. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. So it depends, of course, if you're feminine tuning in, and the need for you to ask yourself, if you could do anything right now, what would it be to be able to fix this situation? So you got to follow your heart. And if you're masculine tuning in and resonating with this, you got to ask yourself that same question. Listen to your heart. Next message, look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way, which of course is different for every person tuning in. So it depends on what side of the fence you fall on in regard to this particular scenario. Last one. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. The feminine coming through with this message for the masculine. Okay, so the love, it's still here. That we do know. All right, guys. So let's close this out for the divine feminine with some healing messages here. So angels and spirit guides, focusing on my fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and divine feminine energy for this reading. And then we'll take a look at the divine masculine. Healing messages, please, for the divine feminine. Look at this, unanswered prayer. Bottom of the deck, listening. The angels are always listening, especially if you take the time for prayer to talk to your angels, your spirit guides, they're always listening. And for those of you who took the time to really tap into your heart space and prayed about this situation and the challenges that you're going through in your life, if you resonate with this particular reading for the feminine, just know that your prayers have been heard. They will be answered. The angels, they're always listening. So don't be afraid to just talk and get things off your chest and turn to prayer. Okay? So that's what's coming forward here, guys, for the divine feminine portion of this reading. I do hope that this resonated with you and helped bring you the clarity that you needed. All right, guys, so let's move on and take a look at the divine masculine. If you chose the second section of this reading, which is focused on divine masculine energy, here we are. Let's get right into it. All right, divine masculine energy oracle cards by Flames of Alchemy. Let's take a look at that. For my fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, focusing on divine masculine energy. It is just energy, so it can be for certainly male or female. All right, let's grab our focus messages from this deck. We have gossip. So if you look at this photo, there's actually women in that particular photo. So we could have some women that are gossiping about the masculine. That's a potential here, or just really dealing with some gossip around his space right now. We have greed. Interesting. Okay, so some of my masculines could be coming forward, just really focused on money matters, career, job opportunities, but not really in a sharing or generous mode when it comes to income and money. Okay, because we do have greedy energy coming forward from that. Let's grab one more. And we have overload. That's a part of the energy of my masculines right now. All right, so dealing with gossip, greed for money, feeling overwhelmed, overloaded at this time, like time's running out, you know? Look at the energy of this particular card. All right, so that's what's coming through from the divine masculine deck. Let's dive right into it and let's take a look at some additional messages from the Pining Rose Love Oracle by Calico Moon to add to this reading. So if you are watching for a masculine, let's take a look and see how the masculine is doing, how the masculine is feeling. Angels and spirit guides for Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, my fire signs, focusing on divine masculine energy here. What are we dealing with? Whoa, look at that. I love you. We have an I love you message here from the masculines to the feminines. Look at this. We have a yes answer. And we have a flame. So for some of you, this flame could certainly be a twin flame bond. Next message, I'm lost without you. I have a feeling this is tied into my divine feminine reading here, just in case you happen to watch the whole thing. It's starting to come together. Look at this. We've got untouchable, followed by commitment, a third party, trust. Wow. Okay. commitment, a committed relationship was compromised for the divine feminine, for those of you that watch that, by a third party. It's still coming through here for the masculine. Trust issues. The love is here. The masculine is actually feeling lost without the feminine. But right now, for some reason, and I think we all know what the reason is, it's due to this third party. Right now, the commitment portion of this connection is untouchable. Because of these trust issues, because trust was broken in the partnership. But the masculine still has love for the feminine. Wow, the synchronicities. Okay. Let's grab some additional insight from the Mystic Moon Oracles. Angels and spirit guides, please, for my fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Focusing on divine masculine energy. The love is still here, but that third party definitely causing some issues and drama. Perhaps for my masculines, part of the reason why we have this overload energy, you know, feeling so conflicted. It's like the love is still here, feeling lost without the feminine, but due to the trust issues as a result of this third party and the infidelities that happen in this partnership, I feel my masculines are torn as to how to bring this back in the 3D. So rather than working on the partnership, perhaps, he's just focused on the money, his job, his career, and trying to hold on to every penny, every dollar, especially for those of you who resonate with a committed partnership by way of marriage. Some of you might have even gone as far as a legal separation or divorce. And so the masculine coming through here, not wanting to give up the majority of his income. Okay, so that's coming through for some of you guys. This is our first card. Look at this. The answer is yes. We have 2 yes answers coming through here. We do have this bound card, which is coming forward from the Devil card in traditional tarot, which is Capricorn. I've done so many readings today. I'm trying to remember if the Devil card came through for the feminines. I believe it did. I apologize if that isn't correct. But this is the Devil card in traditional tarot. It's stagnation, it's restriction. Some of you guys might be dealing with a masculine who has addictions, a drinking problem, drug abuse. It can come in so many forms. Shopaholic, food, overspending, codependent behavior, however way that addiction is presenting itself. And it could be also my feminines who are dealing with addiction. So however way that is playing a part in this scenario. The interesting thing too with the Devil card is that you still carry a flame for the one that you love and lost, but you really want to start over again. You want a reconciliation. And the Devil card too is about obsessions. This is focused on divine masculine energy. So the masculine could certainly still be focused and obsessed with the feminine, feeling lost without the feminine. The love is clearly still here, wants to start over. But trust is a problem here. Trust needs to be restored. Look at this, return. That's a male figure in that card. It's like, come back, I'm lost without you. Compromise needs to be worked on in this partnership. It's falling right below untouchable. So this could also be an added issue in the partnership. We have winter, which could certainly be indicative of the winter season. Either you guys got married or you got together during the winter months, or that's when you guys broke up, or the winter season plays a significant part in your partnership. This is also picking up off of frozen, cold, stagnant energy because of this third party. And people might just be talking about you guys because of all this gossip that's going around. That's perhaps what that's stemming from. We do have solitude. That is typically Virgo energy. That does pick up off of the Hermit card in traditional tarot. So this is somebody that just wants to be left alone for now, perhaps, but is also feeling very lonely. So my masculines could be coming forward with Hermit energy right now, trying to just do the right thing, going within, trying to reevaluate the direction of life and where ultimately they want to take it, but it's too much, you know, that overload feeling. The masculine also might be putting a little bit too much pressure on themselves, feeling like they're running out of time to create movement towards this reconciliation with the feminine. Part of the energy of the Hermit is wanting two people to come back together. It is a reconciliation, and that people from the past will come back. Look at this. We have an offer that's coming in from the masculine to the feminine. And healing. Definitely needed in this partnership. Balance. Healing. There's work that needs to be done here in this partnership. All right. So let's add to this with some tarot. Angels and spirit guides for my fire signs. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, focusing on divine masculine energy. What else do we need to know here for this partnership? We do have the Two of Wands, which is your own energy. Two of Wands is progress. It's planning. It's making decisions. So my masculines in planning mode, getting ready to make a decision perhaps to reach out to the feminine. We do have the Queen of Coins right after that, which is Pentacles, Earth energy. Virgo, again, Capricorn and Taurus. We've got the Devil card, which is Capricorn already. So for some of you guys, it's the feminine, possibly, who is dealing with addictions, as I mentioned, who is still wanting the masculine back. And it's actually mutual, you know, because the masculine coming through with that return card. And then we've got the Hermit bridging estrangements, reconciliation, coming back together. The Queen of Coins is very nurturing, a motherly energy. So for my masculines, this could be the mother of your children. We do have the Three of Wands here. Threes, of course, tapping into this third party. Wands is your own energy. fire signs. Three of Wands is all about looking ahead. It's growth. It's expansion. So I feel for my masculines, they're ready to look forward, possibly ready to forgive, ready to work on the trust issues, ready to compromise, ready to make an offer. This is progress right here. But, you know, I'm not surprised to see the Three of Cups right next to that. So we've got references to third parties here. That's definitely what brought you guys into separation here. This was part of the problem. Cups is water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And the Three of Cups, it's all about friendships and community. It's happiness. So there can be happy times looking forward. But first, there has to be work that's put into the partnership. Compromise is one of them. Forgiveness is another. Restored trust, yet another. You know, that's what's going to bring it back into balance with this healing energy. We have the Four of Coins right after that. Four of Pentacles. Stability, security. You know, right now it's falling right below the Winter card. So that stability is actually frozen and stagnant right now. There's not a whole lot of movement towards that, but eventually I feel there's a potential to work this out. You know, that frozen energy is going to eventually thaw out. And make way for this commitment. The interesting thing too with the Four of Coins, it's frugality too, you know? So my masculines, again, being very greedy with their income, with their money. So even though you guys reconcile and come back together, they might still be really frugal, very guarded when it comes to the finances. And that simply is because they want to be able to create a stable and secure life for the two of you. So I don't feel that ultimately it's a bad thing. And that they might loosen the reins a little bit when it comes to that. It's just that right now there's work that needs to be done in this partnership. We do have the Six of Coins, followed by the Page of Coins. So we've got quite a lot of coins here, Pentacles energy. So for some of my fire signs, you definitely might be dealing with an earth sign here. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So the Six of Pentacles it's about charity, it's about generosity, it's about sharing. You know, and like what I was just saying, eventually the masculine is going to ease up off of being overly greedy with their money and be more giving and wanting to share with the feminine. And the Page of Pentacles, Page of Coins, it's a beautiful card. It's all about manifestation and a new enterprise, a new beginning. We do have an offer right here. So once trust has been restored in this partnership, I do feel part of this manifestation is the two of you coming back together and working on the partnership and recommitting to each other. Healing from this whole ordeal with the third party situation. Okay, so let's add to this with the Romance Angels deck. Angels and spirit guides for my fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. What else do we need to know? Focused on divine masculine energy. And then we'll go ahead and grab some dialogue messages. Look at that. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate, and the masculine knows it. They know it. So for some of you, you might resonate more with a twin flame. For others, we've got the soulmate card coming through here. We have keep an open mind coming through. Your soulmate, again, may differ from your usual type and expectation. So for my masculine, if you're feminine tuning in for a masculine, this is somebody, or you could represent someone that the masculine just did not expect to fall in love with. Perhaps the masculine had a particular type that they were attracted to, a different personality, different features, different background, different upbringing, whatever the case may be. But you are it. You're the soulmate and or the twin flame. And they want you back. They're lost without you. And if you happen to be masculine tuning into this reading, perhaps you're now finally understanding what it is that you need to do in order to make this happen between you and your feminine. Next card. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Exactly. You need the opportunity to be able to sit down and talk. There's a lot to be discussed here. And I feel you haven't really had a good opportunity to sit down and talk face to face. It is safe for you to love each other. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And yes, some of you have children or you've talked about building a family together. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Faith. Trust. That's part of the work that needs to be done here between the two of you. All right. So let's get into the dialogue messages for this portion of the reading. Divine love and separation. Let's take a look and see what the masculine needs to say to the feminine at this time. Angels and spirit guides for my fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Focusing on divine masculine energy. Let's take a look and see what the masculine needs to say to the feminine. Okay, let's grab the bottom of the deck. All right, what does the masculine have to say to the feminine? All right, first one. I'm becoming suspicious of our separation. And part of these suspicions simply stem from the fact that trust was broken. So for some of you, the masculines are still struggling, okay, and still feeling very overloaded by that energy. So during this time of separation, some of my masculines could be feeling that the feminine is either still attached to a third party or that they're no longer in love or whatever the case may be, tied into these suspicions. But I feel given time, you know, the truth has a way of being revealed, and ultimately you guys are wanting to come back together. We've got 2 yes answers coming through here. Next message. I want us to build our empires even in separation. So perhaps both the masculine and feminine have these possibly businesses that you guys have been working on individually or even together. And even though you're not together at this time, masculine is still coming through. that it's not a time to give up, not when it comes to careers and job opportunities. Clearly, he's all about his money right now. Next message. I'm confident enough to know that we will cross paths again. Yeah. It's not a done deal here, I feel. With the cards coming through, I love you. We've got 2 yes answers. We have a return card right here, the masculine feeling lost without the feminine. And truly, I feel that there can be progress made here. Next message, curious. I'm curious to what you've been up to. Wondering what the feminine has been up to. Last one, divine timing is driving me crazy. This came through for one of my other readings as well. So I feel my masculines that's contributing to that overload. Wanting to create movement, just feeling like they're overwhelmed, running out of time to be able to create that movement, and just running out of patience. Running out of patience when it comes to this separation. All right, so let's add to this with some additional dialogue from the You Have My Heart, Soul Lovers in Separation deck by Angelic Revelation 144. All right, so let's take a look and see what else the divine masculine has to say here to the feminine. Please bring it forward for my fire signs, focusing on divine masculine. Let's grab the bottom card. All right, this one flying all across my desk here. Okay, first one. I would like you to meet my friends. I want you to be involved in all areas of my life because you are my world and I want everyone to know. Perhaps to set the gossipers straight. But the masculine definitely coming through for the feminines. You know, the masculine's ready to share his life, his world with the feminine. Next message. During our separation, our love has only grown stronger. I long to see you again and unite as one. We do have that return card, so I'm not surprised to see that. Next message. Love and being loved is the most beautiful, crazy, unexpected, and magical feeling I have ever felt. Thank you for loving me the way that you do. I love you to infinity. You know, they're ready for forever to be able to offer the feminine forever. And for some of you, that could be a recommitment towards marriage for some of you guys. Last one. Though we cannot meet or see each other, still I love you more every day. My heart belongs to you for eternity. And that is coming through for some of you guys because we do have that untouchable card coming forward, that it's just not the right time to be able to touch upon the subject of reconciliation for some of you guys. Okay, so let's add to this with some Lover's Oracle. Take from these whichever one resonates with you. For my fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, focusing on divine masculine energy. We've got one. Balance, yes. Balance definitely needed. Okay. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. And I feel that's tied into this compromise card. There has to be an equal exchange of energy, desire, and love from both parties here. Okay, so even though it's out of balance right now, you guys can bring back the balance into this partnership. Okay, next message. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. And again, I've done so many readings here today, guys. I think this came through for the feminine as well, if I'm not mistaken. There's blessings on their way to you when it comes to this partnership. This is a part of the energy coming forward from the divine masculine. Okay? All right, guys. So let's close this out with some healing messages from the angels. Angels and spirit guides, please, for my fire signs. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Whoops. Focusing on divine masculine. Some healing energies for my masculines here. Healing energies for the divine masculine. New love, okay? So new love can certainly be indicative of a new person coming into your life for some of you. But this new love card for me in this particular reading is a second chance at love with your person. Clearly they want you back. The masculine wants the feminine back. So this is giving you another chance to love each other, to come back into each other's lives, to recommit. We have harmony, followed by romance. And then we have an answered prayer here. Okay? So prayers have been heard, prayers have been answered. Life is going to be harmonious once again between the masculine and the feminine. Romance is definitely playing a part in this reconnection, in this partnership. And again, prayers. Prayers have been heard, prayers will be answered when it comes to this connection. Beautiful healing messages coming through here for my fire signs, focused on divine masculine energy. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. Hopefully you're able to resonate with it. And it's interesting because I wasn't expecting the feminine and masculine readings to kind of fit together. So if you happen to watch the whole thing, hopefully parts and bits of it made sense for you and you were able to resonate with it. And if you are interested in your own personal private reading, all of that info, it's down below in the description box. And I'll be back real soon, guys, with more readings. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Take care.